I have a couple goals that I want to achieve, but they kind of contradict each other for the fact that I absolutely do not enjoy writing. My biggest fear is being stuck in an 8 by 10 cubicle, confined to a computer, if not confined to just pen and paper and having to write shit. I don't even know what the flip I would have to do, but paperwork is by far my hugest fear for the fact that, like, that is fucking boring. And for the fact that my handwriting differs too much for me to be like, you want me to write neat? Well, I'm confused because some people say I got beautiful handwriting. You say I write like a child, so which one is it? So it's like, could I just type it? And even then, it's like, I don't want to type. That's boring. I want to move. I have too much energy to be sitting here. Like, I feel like putting me in 8 by 10 cubicle, I'd get all the work done really quickly because I'm the type of person that doesn't want to be there anymore. So I'd get it done, and I'd be like, I need something to do. So when I need something to do, I either self-entertain or I self-disturb. Not self-disturb. Not self-destruct. Disrupt. That's the word I'm looking for. I disrupt because I don't want to be here no more. And how much more clearer can I tell you I don't want to be here aside from disturbing the peace in the area that I do not want to be in anymore? And if I'm disturbing the peace in the area that I don't want to be in, well, aren't you going to want to remove me from that area? So even though y'all think it's backwards for me to act the way that I do to get out of situations, well, technically speaking, you're only looking at the goal that I'm looking at. I wanted to leave. So if you're removing me from the premises, as in you're firing me or just kicking me out for a little bit so I ain't got to be there no more, then I'm 100% fine because I'm not in that area no more. So, like, 8 by 10 cubicle, never the dream. That is my ultimate nightmare. Honestly, I would rather rework my summer of hell on loop than ever be in the 8 by 10 cubicle. Oh my gosh, I would not only kill myself, but I'm pretty sure I'd kill everybody up in that bitch because it would be boring. And I honestly don't feel like I have office etiquette. Like, I do have great code switching. I know when to talk proper depending on who I need to be around. So I can be in any room, but for how long? Well, shit! A crazy room, I could be in there until I die because I am like that. So it's like, I probably couldn't talk to everybody in that room, but I'm gonna find some friends up in that bitch. A classy room, I could probably be in there for a couple hours because I can do that, but there's just like certain wordings and certain conversations I feel like I couldn't get into, and then just like certain ways of treatment and mannerisms I feel like I just wouldn't want to fit into for so long. It'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm a fucking human being. I'm not supposed to be prim and proper all the fucking time. Like, yeesh, I can clean up my language, but clean up my posture? Like, really doesn't matter which fork do I eat with? Doesn't matter which spoon I eat with? Doesn't matter how I eat? Oh, okay. I'll keep my tables off the table. Okay, I'll keep my elbows off the table for Pete's sakes. Like, can I not enjoy myself? Oh, no. No. Fancy means I have to look like I'm enjoying, but I can't be enjoying. Okay, I can do that, but like, y'all gotta tell me first what I'm doing. Like, you said be fancy, and I thought that meant I could be happy but look nice. No, that means I gotta look nice but be mentally drained and exhausted and tortured because I have to fit this prim proper image that I clearly do not. I could fit the image for a time span, but I cannot fit that's forever. I would absolutely lose my shit and kill everybody yet again. I could definitely live the country life forever and ever because they got like a different type of crazy. They're like, hey, if it works, nothing's broken, no one's broken, or it's not really broken. I just now have to repurpose it. So it's just like, I could do that. I already do that shit. I don't really see things as broken or unuseful. It's just like, how much work do I want to put in to repurpose it, or do I just throw it away? And some things I will throw away that could easily be repurposed. Some things I'll throw away that I don't even want to deal with just because I do want to deal with. Will you leave me the fuck alone, you stupid bug? Beetle. So, like, I want to be a comedian, but I don't really want to sit there and write all the time. And I want to be a poet, but I don't want to sit there and write all the time. And y'all could say, type it, Ethan. Well, actually, that is a good idea. But my attention span is lacking. And, like, I can't hyper-focus on the things that I need to. But the things I don't want to, like TikTok, social media, some good spillage of tea, like, hello. And then sometimes, like, if the tea is bad, I'm like, ugh, this tea again, really? Like, you ever get sick of the same flavor, like, the same drama? I'm just saying, like, really, this dude, he beating you again? Really? Like, I want to care. I want to be emotionally invested in you, but I've been so invested in you. I ran out of money. I'm bankrupt on emotions for you, like... Other people, they seem to be smarter. Like, I'm investing emotions in them, and they're getting something, like, they're changing their life, so I feel like I'm getting a return investment because I'm helping them, I'm telling them, I'm giving advice, and then not only are they upset, but, like, next time I see them, they're doing better. They're doing a little bit better. So I'm like, oh, there's my return. That's joy. That's happiness. But with you, I invest in you, and I just feel even more depressed. I'm just like, oh, my, she really... Oh my gosh. I'm not saying your mommy should have aborted you, but like, which one's the problem? Is it you? Was it your schooling? Was it your parents? Something went wrong. I just hope it was the schooling and your parents, but I'm starting to think it's you. Like, every time I've checked in on you 15 times and you still stuck in that spot. I checked on that person 3 times, and I will admit, it took them a minute. It took them. But they moved over. You were 15. Oh my gosh, there's just no saving you. Oh my, every time. Like I said, I'm bankrupt on you. I can't give a single fuck about you, because all it's gonna do is gonna kill my vibe. Gonna kill my vibe, gonna kill my buzz. But like, honestly, it's just your mental health. That's like, people call me an asshole and a dick for giving up on people, but like, you've probably given up on someone. I know people have given up on me, but at the same time, like, I can understand, give up on somebody for your own mental strain, because sometimes you want to strangle them because they're being so stupid, but it's not like you can just jump in their body and make decisions for them, because if you could, I fucking would have so many times. If I could just, because some of the women I was dealing with their boy issues, I was just like, let me beat his ass. But they're just like, no. And I'm like, why? And they're like, because I love him. Like, you're stupid. And they're like, I know. And I'm still like, run. But like, I can't. I'm like, why? Because he will beat me. I'm like, let me beat his ass. No. Why? I love him. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, oh my God. No. Clearly, he's the problem. But you're also the problem for continuously allowing him to be the problem. So I'm going to remove myself from the situation before I become toxic, because you're allowing toxic, and that toxic is rubbing off on me, and it's pissing me off because I care about you more than you do. So I invested in my time and energy into you so much, like I said, I went bankrupt. Toxicity rubbing off on me causes me to become bankrupt, because I short circuit and want to hurt your boyfriend that you love so much, even though he doesn't give a shit about you. But I do. But like, not like I want to fuck you. I just want you to be happy. But clearly, you can't see that you're, I don't know, something's wrong with you. So I figure once I stop investing in your happiness, I will become a lot happier. And once I start investing in people that actually care about their happiness and care about themselves and care about their well-beings, I'm just a lot happier. And that's the return that I want. And like, poetry will give me that return, but the fact of the matter that I have to sit and write and edit and oh my gosh, and I can't hyperfocus. Like, I hyperfocus in spurts when it comes to this stuff, but like, I will write a shit ton more than I will record when it comes to poetry. But I will record a shit ton more than I write, but that's just in general. Like, I will record a shit ton content, and I will post it. Like, my Snapchat shit flooded. My Facebook be flooded. Everything be flooded. I got accounts on accounts on accounts on accounts on accounts. And I flood all them bitches. That's how much I talk. And I'm just like, why can't I just like transfer all that energy and like spew out my mouth onto this? But like, there's just no speaker automatic. You could say talk to text, but I know I'd have to be re-editing my shit because they don't quite understand my dialect. And I'm just like, am I not speaking clear enough? I don't know. So it's like, yeah, talk to text is a good idea until you know it's gonna fuck up. It's like, which editing would I rather do? Would I rather scribble out with a pen, backspace on a laptop, talk to the phone, look back at it, reread it, backspace, type in what I meant to say, try to remember what I was trying to say? And now that seems like a bigger headache. Fuck that. I think I'd rather take option A or B. I'd rather write the bitch or type the bitch, but I ain't gonna talk to text because I know talk to text be a bitch. So it's like, how much work do I want to put into it? And the fact that like, I could put in a shit ton of work into it and still not have a good return. But like, that's why I'd rather invest my time and energy into people, because I get the return of happiness, seeing them be better, seeing them do better. Like, yay! Compared to this, like, I get a return, but it's like, it's not a quick return. And it's like, I want that quick satisfaction. I want that return. But it's also putting in the time and the energy. And like, I put in the time and the energy. it's also location, and it's where will you find it important? Because a car isn't important at a dock because you're trying to drive a boat, but a car is important at a car lot. A boat isn't important at a car lot because you're trying to drive a car. So poetry ain't gonna be important on Facebook because they're doing Facebookable shit. Poetry ain't gonna be important on Snapchat because they're probably trading nudes and shit. Poetry ain't gonna be important on Twitter because they're doing Twitterish shit. And poetry is not gonna be important on Instagram because they're gonna do Instagramic shit. But on YouTube, honestly, poetry has a field in just about everywhere aside from Snapchat, because I can't think of anywhere I could just like hashtag poetry. But like Instagram for sure, TikTok I could do it. Poetry has a home somewhere on TikTok. Poetry has somewhere home on Facebook. Poetry has a home somewhere on Instagram. Poetry has a home somewhere on just about all those platforms I just listed. So like it's just putting the time, energy in, and then finding the right home for it. So it's a lot more work that I could do. It's just getting myself to sit my ass down and doing it. Like, see, I have no issue doing an 11-minute video talking about it. But to be honest, like, I did put in some indents on working on my poetry work. I put some indents on my little book thing. But at the same time, it's like, I need to also put some work on recording the things that I also wrote so you guys can hear how I meant to put it. And then I get to maybe display and perform. Or I don't know, it's just, I feel like it's one thing to read it yourself and it's another thing to hear it said from the author themselves. So I will push out more poetry content. It's just whenever I choose to buckle my ass down and read for the sake of poetry. But the fact that I don't like to read is because I fuck up so much. But at the same time, if I read more, it's going to fix up the fuck ups. But it's just like, no, I got to be perfect or I don't want to do it. And if I'm not perfect at it, then I don't want to do it. Like, clearly, like, from anybody that's ever taught me anything, why am I doing it if I'm not perfect at it from trying the first time? Like, oh my gosh, I've never done this, I'm sorry, but could you give me, yeah, I wasn't perfect, I should never try this ever, yep, you're right, I should quit, I should never ever try, I should never practice because I've never done this before. It's just one thing I hate about fucking big industries and shit like that. People are so small-minded. Like, yeah, just because you're good at it, don't mean I am. I'm not you, you are you. Just like I am me. And what I am good at is not what you good at. But you might be. But doesn't mean you as good as me. Or I'm better than you. It's just perspective based and what other people assume. And it's just blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. And I'm done with the mix. So, yeah. I should focus more. Ethan. You're not going to listen anyways. But focus on deep poetry. That's going to be Armani tree. It's been a seed growing since 2012. Also, I don't know. Pretty sure that's the only thing we need to focus on. Like, we focus on women so much, we're burned out on them because it's pointless. We focus so much on work, we're literally burned out on work because honestly, it's all I'm doing is working to make somebody else rich. And that's not helping me whatsoever because when I get home, I don't want to do any things that do help me. So it's like, we need to stop focusing on that. But we need to focus on ourselves so we can help ourselves and everybody else around us, because it's better to build your house than invite people over instead of passing up bricks to your home and then there's nowhere for you to go when you need somewhere to go.